Good morning you guys, it's Karen and I have got a new at the drugstore for you. I have got a few tan things to talk about, an eyeshadow and a spray, a makeup spray, and then I will tell you all the things that I didn't buy and why I didn't buy them. So let me go through the tan items first because they're very varied in results, but they're all the same brand. So they're all the B Superdrug range. B, what is this? B what? It doesn't say, normally it's B dot something, but this is just the B range. So I have got the Golden Bronze Gradual Bronzing Lotion. This one is a clear one. Well, not clear, but you know, it doesn't have a tint. Yeah, it's got that, I think it's a fake coconut smell. Some of you may love that. I know my friend absolutely loves it. So I tried this Gradual Tan and it barely has any colour. So for me, it's not going to be a repurchase. It's not what I'm going to use. The scent is really important to me, particularly because I don't like that fake coconut smell. Somebody got really offended at me saying that and she went, it does not smell of coconut. But we each smell something different, you know, so you might not smell that, but it's something that bothers me. But anyway, the fact that it didn't have much colour at all was more the important thing to me. So if it had come out with a good colour, then I probably could have overlooked the scent, but it didn't. So actually looking at it, I can see that the tanning agent is actually quite far down on the list, so it makes sense that it didn't come out with much of a colour. But if you are a beginner and you're scared to use any tanning products, this would be a good one actually, because it would, you know, something you can use and it won't ever look patchy because there's barely any colour. And some people like that, I know. Next is the Gradual Express Pre-Shower Tan. You may remember that I love the Saint-Tropez Pre-Shower Tan Mousse. I think that that's so convenient to use on my arms particularly, but arms and legs as well, because you put it on and then I can just sit in the bath, rinse it off, and I have a lovely, beautiful, even colour. So I thought I could do with the same with this. Thankfully, I only tried it on my legs because it was not a hugely dark colour, but the colour that was there was patchy, so this one didn't work at all for me. And finally is the Sun-Kissed Glow Wear Off Bronzing Mousse, and this I love. I absolutely love it. It is one that's tinted. It is a mousse. I have used this on my face and neck. I've used it on my arms. I've used it on my legs. This one doesn't go patchy at all on me. It's a really nice colour. It's quite a dark colour actually. Certainly not Gradual. Did it say Gradual? No, Sun-Kissed Glow Wear Off. So it's the colour I would expect. This one I really, really like. And it doesn't have any alcohol in it, which is often something that they add to. A lot of companies add alcohol to their tans, and if I'm using it on my face, I don't want that. So no alcohol, no fragrance high on the list. Let me just double check that, because there's only a certain amount I can read when I'm in the shop. This one has got castor oil in it, which is quite nice. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ingredients there, but there's no alcohol and fragrance in the top 20 that I just read there. So really nice, that one. Next is the Sleek Flash Foil. It is basically a cream eyeshadow. Looks like that. There's about 5 or 6 colours, and I chose this one, which is a sort of gold. It's a beautiful colour. That's what it looks like. I'm not normally into these sorts of cream eyeshadows, but I just was curious to try them. And so I used it on its own. I'm doing a swatch for you there because I can't remember if I took a picture when I did my makeup, but I really liked the way it turned out, even though I had no kind of outer corner colour on. It was just this colour all over the lid, but I thought, well, I'll be able to certainly test how well it lasts, etc. And if it creases, it didn't crease at all. And I used no primer underneath this. I just used this all over my lid. It blended in really well. I used powder eyeshadow in the crease and that blended no problem at all. And at the end of the day, this looked no different to when I put it on. So that's really, really good, I think. So these little flash foils are lovely. They're perhaps not as shiny on as I would expect, considering they're called foils, but really nice. The final item that I actually bought is this CYO Triple Fix Prime Glow and Set Mist. So it looks like that. So there's kind of highlighter type product on the bottom, and you shake it and spray it. I'll show you what it's like when you shake it so you can see how much of a kind of glowy it looks. I've seen lots of these and wasn't really that tempted to buy them because I'm not that into highlighter, but I thought, you know what, this is more of a glow. It's not, you're not highlighting it in one place. This is somewhere where you can give yourself a glow. So I thought, why not give it give it a shot. So I have only used this once. I sprayed it over a foundation because I think you can use this underneath foundation. I think because I've seen a few people doing it on camera. Megan McKenna is one I was thinking of, although she's got completely different type of skin to me, obviously, and is very young, but it looked really, really nice. It just gave it a bit of a glow. And I'm always into things that are very matte, because whenever I've tried to give myself that glow, I feel like I just look greasy or oily. So I used this, and actually I looked in the mirror and I was like, wow, I do actually like that. So I'm going to use it just now and so you can see what you think and see how much of a difference there is. I don't know how many sprays you're supposed to use, you know me, I've not looked at the instructions. And I'll see what it actually says while this dries, because obviously it's wet at the moment. 3-in-1 mist, preps the skin, sets the look, or can be used alone to get that light catching glow. Hold 20 centimeters away from face, close the eyes and spray the face to prime. Spritz after makeup. Yeah, that's it. Doesn't say how many times. So let me just dry this and you can see what you think about this. Be interesting to see how oily or otherwise this looks on camera as well. Okay, so on to the things that I didn't buy. I've got photos here on my phone, so they're not in any order even of brand or product. I just take pictures when I'm in Boots or Superdrug of things that I can see are new but I'm not buying. So the first thing I saw was the NYX Glitter Goals lipstick, liquid lipstick. So I am definitely not into glittery lipstick. I actually bought an item from a higher end brand that I'll be talking about in makeup I wish I'd never bought, makeup I regret buying. So that's why I wouldn't buy any of that, but it looks beautiful. It does look really, really good. And I like NYX lip products. NYX have also got some eyeshadow palettes out called the Ultimate Edit. There's varying colours. There's a really nice neon one, and then there's, you know, one that's got some oranges in it, kind of summer orangey colours, more of a neutral one, and then one that's got some purples, blues and greens in it. I wouldn't buy any NYX eyeshadow palettes now. I don't think. I'd have to be super impressed by the swatches and the look of it, because I've bought quite a few over the years and never been impressed with their eyeshadows at all. The only eyeshadows that ever worked well for me from NYX are they're called Prismatic, and I've got one single one that works really well, but every other eyeshadow that I've bought just hasn't worked for me, and I think the palettes are quite expensive as well. They've got Off Tropic liner, which I don't know whether this is meant to be like a multi-purpose eyeliner and lip liner. They seemed lovely, I have to say. It's probably more an eyeliner, isn't it? But I know people are wearing like bright blue and yellow lipstick and whatnot. There was another eyeshadow palette called Off Tropic, but again, like I said, I just wouldn't go for their eyeshadows personally. Barry M has got a scented shimmer body mist in Watermelon Cooler. That looks really nice, actually. I think that would be a lovely thing to take on holiday, because it's a non-aerosol type, so you could maybe keep it in the fridge. And so to put that on your skin with that lovely shimmer and smell of watermelon would be great. But shimmer mist is not something that's kind of on my priority list. Sleek has got some new lip colours out. They're called Lip Dose Soft Matte Lip Click. So it is just your usual type of lipstick, and I did do a couple of swatches, but the colours, there's nothing very light in there. They're really quite strong colours and quite bright colours, but it does look quite nice. Nip plus Fab have got a range of self-tanners out, which I was really interested in, and I spent a long time having a look at the different products. The products that I was interested in from the self-tan range had alcohol as like the second ingredient, and even ones that you were to use on the face, so that's something that just puts me off and means I'm not going to buy it. Yeah, you can see I actually took a picture of the bottom because I didn't have my glasses on, or I didn't have a contact in, so I couldn't read it, but alcohol is the second ingredient there. Nip plus Fab also have a vitamin C range, but again, there's either alcohol in them, or there's one of them they've got the percentage on as extreme 3%, but it's not really that extreme because it's not an ascorbic acid product. These are ascorbyl glucoside, so it is a vitamin C derivative. It's an ester, it's not the real thing, and so I wouldn't say that that's necessarily extreme. Number 7 have got a new, what would you call this, an eye what are they calling it? I can't see what they're calling it, but it's like a little tube of eye cream, but it's tinted. And so I had a look at I swatched the first one. There's light and medium and dark. The light and medium is very dark. It would have been way too dark for me. Maybe I could have got away with it today where I've got a self tan on, but it looked very dark to me. So don't know whether that would work for people without you then putting, you know, another colour on top of it, another concealer. I don't have dark circles so far, so it's not something that would interest me, but it looks okay. Let me just briefly mention Makeup Obsession, because I never really talk about them, and I don't very often go to their stand anymore, but they have got lots of new things, and it's not easy to tell what's new. They're another one of those companies that seem to constantly be putting a new eyeshadow palette out, or a new something or other, and I haven't found anything amazing from Makeup Obsession other than the brow powder. The brow powder is pretty good, but I also got their brow pomade and it completely dried out really quickly. And I can't remember what other things I tried from them. I think I did a haul, didn't I? And like the eyeshadows weren't that great. I think I got a blusher and it wasn't that great, you know, so it's one that I kind of avoid. CYO, so I showed you I got this Prime Set and Glow. They have got two new lots of lipsticks out. One is a liquid lipstick that's matte, and the other one is called a glaze, I think. Yeah, bold butter glaze. And I just couldn't find any colours that suited me in those. Again, they were very bold and bright colours. There wasn't anything sort of very neutral. CYO have also got out a little, what is it called, illuminating jelly. So I don't know what that would be like. It's called Bounce Beam Multi-Use Illuminating Jelly, and they're really good prices, CYO. Back to Sleek, and they have got those flash foils that I showed you, and they've also got a really nice palette called Colour Carnage, and it looks to be mostly, well, neutrals, but then there's a pop of purple, a pop of green, and a pop of blue. So that might be something that interests you if you don't want a whole palette of brights. And Sleek eyeshadows are, I think, pretty good. There's a couple of items on the Boots website, because I always double check the news section on Boots just to see if there's anything I've missed. And there's a couple of items that I just haven't seen in store by brands that I've never heard of. So there is Touch in Soul No Problem Primer. I haven't heard of, I don't think I've heard of Touch in Soul. There is a Hold Tight Perfecting Primer by Carter Beauty, and that looks like it's quite a decent price. It's £8, because that other primer I just talked about was £15. Then there's something by Carbon Theory, Tea Tree Oil and Citric Acid Breakout Control. I haven't heard of them either. That's £14, and I didn't see any of those in store. And I went into the one in Edinburgh when I met my friend and had a look round and couldn't see any of those brands at all. There's another brand that I haven't heard of called Rude Cosmetics. So they've got a glitter eyeshadow for £10.50, a powder for £6.99, a makeup mist for £6.50. So, you know, some good prices there, but I don't know anything about them. And then Carter Beauty have also got, they've got a lot of makeup items. Can't get my words out. They've got a lot of makeup items. There's a contour stick for £5, a black gel liner for £5, a volumizing mascara for £8. I have to say, if I was going to try any of those, well, they've got a lot of makeup out, I would probably want to, you know, test something from the range. And like I said, there was nothing I could see in store, but maybe they'll be coming in store soon. Looking further at it, it looks like the Touch in Soul might be a Korean beauty range. There's a couple of new hair things as well. There's this brand called We Are Paradox. There's a volume tonic and a sea salt spray. Again, I didn't see them in store, and I specifically looked at the hair care. And then there's one called It's Pure Organics, and it's herbal hair colour. Didn't see those either. I don't know anything about those brands at all. Here's another hair care range called Asiam, A-S-I-A-M, and I'm looking at their Hydration Elation Intensive Conditioner, £12.99. This looks like it's for curly hair. Well, that one is anyway. I don't know whether all of their products are, but let's have a look. Smoothing gel, twist defining, leave-in conditioner. It does seem to be geared towards curly hair. There's a leave-in conditioner that doesn't seem to be geared towards curly hair, but I'm not sure if it's a curly hair collection. And then there is a new Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Catsuit High Shine Lipstick, which I have to say I really like the look of the colour that they're showing and the packaging. It looks very interesting. So I don't know whether that is a gloss. I think the colour is Bare Naked. So I might have a look and see if I can find that in store. There's one store that it isn't the main one in Edinburgh. It's a little bit outside of Edinburgh that they have a store that does sell Wet n Wild. It's annoying. I could buy it online, but I've purchased a few things online lately that again will be in my makeup I regret buying video, because I think you need to see things in person, even like with hair care, you know. Mind you saying that, the hair care, I bought that Kristen S conditioner. Do you remember that was new? I don't think seeing that in store would have made any difference, but with makeup, definitely. That's everything for my new at the drugstore, what I did and didn't buy. I'm sure I've missed a gazillion things because I feel like it's now overbearing, the amount of things that are new. You know, I used to be able to go and spot the new things. Now there's just so many things that are saying they're new. It's almost like things are coming out so quickly, and then the things that I bought, you know, not that long ago no longer exist. Things don't seem to be lasting very long. It seems to be very much a throwaway culture, and if something doesn't take off, it just doesn't exist, and they, you know, push on to the next thing. I know that Revolution Beauty have a lot of new things out. Actually, I bought something yesterday. Let me grab it. This was one of those spontaneous purchases. It's the 5% ATP serum. So I need to have a look into this and have a try of it. I haven't even used it yet. And I don't know whether it's new, but I know that Revolution Beauty always have new items coming out, be it foundations, sprays, eyeliners, eyeshadow palettes, all the time. So that's another place to check if you're looking for new inexpensive makeup that I think Revolution Beauty are really good. Actually, the reason I was looking at their skincare stand was to see if they were selling the Bakuchiol serum in store. There's not every store sells the Revolution skincare range, but some of them do. But the two that I've checked, the two stores I've checked, don't sell the Bakuchiol serum yet. So that really is everything. Let me tell you what I'm wearing on my face. I have got on the Laura Mercier Silk Cream Foundation, which I love so far, but this is the first day I have worn it. And like I said, I've sprayed this on, so I don't know how much that'll affect it. On my eyes is Makeup Addiction Pigment in French Manicure. On my cheeks is the Bare Minerals blush in That Peach Though. On my lips is Stila liquid lipstick in Caramello. These earrings are from H&M. And that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon. The reason I was looking at their skincare